We are finally filming the video that you have all been waiting for. Let's talk about Accutane. Probably promised that I'm gonna film this Accutane video for years and I still haven't done it. I'm gonna be sharing my story with you guys today, all about my acne experience, how it has affected me during my life, basically my experience with Accutane if I would go through it again. I did so much Accutane research, aka watching YouTube videos. I'm not a dermatologist and I'm not gonna claim to be. We're just gonna start at the beginning of my story. I went on Accutane in 2016, so that was like kind of a long time ago. I took a bunch of notes and that's why I kind of remember some of the stuff and I'm gonna refer to it, but obviously like I don't remember everything to the T. I started getting acne at a really young age. Probably in like 4th, 5th grade is when it started like definitely getting noticeable. I was very embarrassed. I went to a dermatologist in like 6th grade. I've been trying stuff for a long time. All the different creams. I had like different gel, I had retinol creams. 8th grade is when I really started getting serious about like there's gotta be something else. So that's when I started going on antibiotics, and this is like the part of my acne experience that I'm really regretful about because I was on antibiotics for 2 years, which is so bad. If you watched my wisdom teeth video and you saw when I pull out the teeth, they're literally brown, like they have lines and weird stuff all over them, and the doctor actually told me that's because I was taking antibiotics. So I mean, if it does that to your teeth, it's gotta do some other bad stuff. Did it work for like a chunk of time? Yes, but it's not like a long-term thing. So the next thing that I did when I was a junior in high school, I got on birth control solely to help my skin and see if that would work for me, and it didn't. You know, I kind of always like went through the thing where it would work for like maybe a month or two, my skin would be clear, but nothing was kicking it. I never went to high school for a day without wearing makeup, so I was really good at covering it up, and it wasn't like I had like the biggest cystic acne. I just had these really stubborn little tiny dots that were just all over my face, like absolutely terrible. And then I would also like on top of the tiny dots just get breakouts, like, honestly everywhere, and my face was always super oily. I just remember these moments where I'd be getting ready for the day and I'd look in the mirror and I was just so self-conscious about my skin, and I literally would just break down into tears. And bless my mom, her sweet soul would drive me to Sephora and we would try to find a new concealer that would cover up my zits more. I just always felt like people were staring at my zits and I absolutely hated it. This dream of having clear skin was just in my head. I felt like I had tried absolutely everything. I was still trying a bunch of different topical treatments. At this point, I had also switched dermatologist and things still were not going well. My friend Leah took Accutane her junior year, and I had like heard a couple people have taken it. Basically, if you don't know what it is, it's a really high dose pill of vitamin A. It shuts down like all of your oil glands. The whole point is basically if your skin is not producing oil, then you're not gonna like have that buildup. It honestly is like a last resort for so many people. I went to my mom and I was like, dude, I wanna get on Accutane. And at first she was really against the idea. Everyone hears the word Accutane and people are like, no! I don't know, I feel like people make a bigger deal about it than it is. So anyway, I saw that my friends were taking it. It worked for some of them and it didn't work for others. I had watched like enough videos that I kind of felt like it would probably help me and it was just worth a try. It is kind of hard to get the actual medication. I had to switch dermatologists. She is absolutely awesome. She's a Harvard graduate. She's very smart and I really trusted her opinion. So my mom and I went to the appointment. Together we discussed like Accutane and all the things that I had already gone through that hadn't worked for me, and we decided that this would probably be like the best route to just like kick it in the butt, and it would be kind of like, you know, a couple hard months, but we would get through it. So that is when I decided to go on Accutane. The whole process takes a really long time. It's really hard to like plan when you want to take Accutane because if you take it in the winter, it's already so dry and cold outside that it can literally crack your skin. And I knew I wanted to take it in the summer, which is also bad because the sun is really bad if you're on Accutane. So you're just like super sensitive to the sunlight and you can't tan. It's not even like a recommendation. It's like, no. One of the biggest side effects of Accutane is really severe birth defects if you are pregnant. You sign up for iPledge, which is this whole online website, and you have to do it every single month where you answer questions about not getting pregnant. You have to be on 2 forms of birth controls. I was gonna have to get my blood drawn every single month because there are some very serious side effects. They check your liver function, so your cholesterol levels. Oh, and they get a complete blood cell count. So they're just making sure you're all good. I love getting my blood drawn now. I'm so good at it. I have fantastic veins. The first week I started taking Accutane, I got a nosebleed every single day and I was on spring break and I would just get these terrible nosebleeds. But after a week it went away. My Accutane experience was that every single week I kind of was faced with like this new weird symptom, and then I would deal with it and it would kind of subside, and then I would get faced with a new symptom. I feel like the worst thing, which literally everyone talks about, is you have really, really chapped lips. Still to this day, 3 years later, I have the most insane chapstick collection because I just have chapstick everywhere at all times. My lips were so severely chapped that I got cuts on the corners of my mouth. I think I've tried almost every type of lip product, and I did find some that like really, really worked for me that are kind of unique. So I'm gonna put a list down below in the description. Still had acne and I still wanted to wear makeup, but my skin rejected the makeup off my face. Like, it no longer stuck because my whole skin type changed. That was interesting. I ended up going to Sephora and this nice lady spent an hour with me just trying on different foundations. I'm just gonna read off some of the side effects and then it'll jog my memory of basically what I experienced. Okay, so dry skin, obviously. I think I definitely got a lot of rashes. Dry nose, nosebleeds, got that. Cracks in the corners of the mouth, got that. Dry lips, got that. Oh, this is the other thing that is like a big thing that they watch for, is basically your eyes, because this sounds really serious, but Accutane can build up the intracranial pressure in your head. I'll talk about my experience with that later, but I basically have really high intraocular pressure. So I had to go to the eye doctor before I went on Accutane. My doctor wanted me to, and get like tested so I could get my baseline level, because it was helpful later on when I'll tell you what happened to me. Changes in your fingernails or toenails. This sounds really weird, but I actually did experience that symptom. I think the skin like around my nails just got super sensitive. I used to have to get my nails done a lot because the nail salon people could cut them properly. Dizziness, back pain, joint pain, drowsiness. I did experience some joint pain, I think, but it wasn't like super severe. Again, all these things that I experienced, they were annoying, but it wasn't like the death of me. For me, I was just like, clear skin, that is my goal. But if it's not that important to you and these things sound absolutely dreadful, then maybe it's not the best idea. Okay, some of these are severe. Hallucinations. I didn't hallucinate. I've heard this one a lot. A lot of people talk about like depressed mood, crying spells, changes in behavior, feeling angry or irritable. I can kind of recall 1 week that I literally felt kind of sad. I don't know, I recognized it and just kind of thought I need to get out of my house and like force myself to go be social and be happy. Pale skin, yes, because I couldn't tan literally all summer. I was really pale. These are the things that I wrote down. Dry lips, peeling of my lips and them feeling like rubbery. Peeling skin, sensitive to the sun, nosebleeds, eczema on my hands, and peeling and flaking scalp, dry eyes. So those are the things that I wrote down. One of the really good benefits going through this entire time was that because all my oil glands were shut down, I never had to wash my hair. I could have gone a week and a half without washing my hair and it still would not be oily at all, which is something I can't say anymore. I kind of miss that, TBH. My hair became really, really healthy because I just wasn't washing it as much. I started out on a really low dose of Accutane and I was doing just fine and things were going great. In the middle of it, she upped my dose. I was taking 60 milligrams of Accutane, and during that time, I started experiencing headaches, and I started getting headaches every single day, which is annoying. And also I was terrified because I thought that if I told anyone that I was gonna immediately be taken off of Accutane and then I wouldn't be able to finish the course. And at this point, I had the perfect clear skin, because I really didn't want to tell anyone and have to stop taking it, but I was like, okay, let's not be stupid here. Like, this is one of like the most serious side effects that you can have. I finally went in and of course she like immediately had me stop taking Accutane. She made me go to the eye doctor and get checked. I was pretty good. So at that point, she decided to put me back on it and I was back down to like my 50 milligrams and then I was fine. Like, stuff might happen that's kind of weird and you might have to make some adjustments. I ended at 5 months. My skin was literally perfect to the point where I just started walking out in public without wearing any makeup. I started looking people in the eye again. And also when I started this journey, I had really, really bad back acne and like chest acne. It was so terrible and nothing could ever help it. And Accutane completely cleared that. Even for people who Accutane has not worked for them, has cleared like their back and chest acne. I had really wonderful clear skin going into college. So my first like 2 months of college were going really well. And I honestly didn't wear makeup to class. I was still taking birth control obviously through this entire process. And I skipped like 3 months of taking my birth control because I was at college and things were just crazy. I kind of attribute like my skin not getting like bad again, but maybe not being as perfect as it was to kind of like ruining that little aspect of my routine. My skin is definitely not anywhere near as perfect as it was when I just got off of Accutane, and I know for some people they have to like go on Accutane a second round. My acne right now is not even to the point where it's that bad, and I have like different topical treatments that I could be using, but I just like choose not to. I don't have any of those like tiny little bumps that used to just be everywhere. So a lot of people ask like, would you go on Accutane again? And my answer would be 100% I would do it again in a heartbeat. I know the symptoms seem super scary, but for me it was totally worth it to have clear skin. And looking back, it's obviously really easy for me to say like, oh, I'll just do it again. I can actually remember like sometimes going through the process where it was not fun and I was just like embarrassed about the cracks in my mouth. So I'm not gonna say it's an easy process, but it's literally 5 or 6 months of your life, which is not that long of a time if you have been trying so many different things to help clear your acne for years. If you have any questions or you want to talk about either your Accutane experience or maybe products that have helped you clear your skin, leave a comment down below. That's just my story. Obviously talk to different people. That's really what I did. I know so many people who've been on Accutane and not everyone shares the same exact opinion as I do. Let's ask Taylor. Taylor was on it. T1? I'm filming about my Accutane experience. So Taylor went on Accutane
twice.
You really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Twice, yeah. Once like freshman year of high school and then again senior year.
So what are your thoughts? Would you recommend or no?
I think like if you are I think old enough and mature enough to like understand, take it every single day consistently, and you can't really slack off with it, otherwise you won't get the same results. That's why I think it kind of failed like my first time around, and then the second time I took it I was much better. I would say I would recommend it because my acne was absolutely atrocious. But like my skin isn't perfect.
See, that's what I feel like now. My skin isn't perfect now, but I still am happy I did it because it's
so much better.
Yes. What was the worst side effect you experienced?
I got cracked lips.
Same.
So like I had like clown lips.
Yes, the redness like around your lips, and people would look at you and you're like,
and I still have like I don't think you could really see them, but I still have like patches of dry skin.
Well, I'm glad we got our second opinions. Honestly, everyone's opinion's different, but Taylor and I both, I feel like, have the same kind of like idea of we would do it again. Anyway, that is it for today's video. Here's like, okay, I'm wearing makeup, but not like a lot of makeup, but so like, see, things aren't like absolutely perfect, but if I actually put on my foundation and everything, things would be way better. But if you liked this video and just kind of like chill advice thing, please give this video a thumbs up, and I promise more vlogs are coming soon. I just really needed to share this video, and I'm really passionate about this topic because it helped me a lot to watch these, so I hope it helped you. Goodbye. It comes in so much excess packaging, and the amount of times it says causes serious birth defects is 1. Then you open it like this, so the 10 ones are really small, and then it says like a million times here, birth defects. Here we are into the back side. It says no pregnant people. Then you have to peel off this, and then you pop it out. Okay, well, I can't really remember how to do this. You can see that it's really difficult to get out. Hope that was helpful for you, and that's it.
Freezing outside, a little bit high on the feeling, can't seem to focus. In the corner of my best friend's sofa, you were getting buzzed on rum